Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at the 2019 LA Auto Show, and I know a bunch of you are muscle car fans. So if we're talking muscle car, I think nobody, even Ford, is doing it better than Dodge. And what we have is the 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. So let's talk a little bit about the Charger. Charger goes back all the way to the muscle car days, big cubic inches, burnouts, drag strips, street racing, and just raising a lot of hell. Well, guess what? Dodge holds on to all those things. They put it into a little recipe, and they have produced a car for 2020 to really let you live or relive, depending on how old you are, those muscle car days. And I think definitely with the extra muscle that's been added to the bodywork, it's really going to showcase this Charger like never before. Even walking up to it, we were just like, Lori and I were just like, whoa, that thing looks menacing. So let's go ahead, dive into this all new for 2020 Dodge Charger, not Challenger, Charger Hellcat wide body. Right off the bat, pure aggression, pure muscle. This car from one side to the other is over 3 inches wider. So if you have a parking space or a parking garage that you're parking your car in, you might want to double check the width of this bad boy. But I love the fender flare all the way around into the lower lip spoiler that's integrated in this front fascia. When we're looking at all of this, this is all functional for side air curtains and whatnot. We come up to the headlight design. I think the headlights on the Charger really fit it to a T, especially the way it interlocks with the grille. Full LED lighting. You can see we got the daytime running lamps on. As we come across that front grille, the SRT Hellcat badge. Remember, we're talking about street racing technology. We drop down, they take the same design. Look how it's open here, same design in that lower grille, and you could see just the extension of the lip spoiler here to force air into the front radiators of this beast. Now, speaking of the beast, when we get up, this hood, of course, functional. We have a functional center air scoop with two also functional heat extractors on both sides. Really just says, I'm here and I'm gonna drag race you and blow your doors off. As we come around the bend, there's that wide body look, those awesome fender flares. And then when we're talking about the wheel and tire setup, 20-inch wheels at all four corners, 305s. So we're talking about steamrollers at all four corners. You got the massive Brembo calipers. They're like He-Man's hands that are gonna actually stop this massive vehicle on a dime. Two-piece rotors, so they actually took into consideration braking, because remember, this isn't a lightweight by any means. Love that fender flare. There's our iconic, now iconic, Hellcat badging. We continue down the side, remember, full four-door. So the great news about this, compared to the Challenger, you could throw the kids in the back seat, you could throw your neighbors, and you could scare the hell out of them. That's what you could do with this car. Keep working your way back. Love the way the roof design slopes down into the rear pillar. Those I'm telling you, it's crazy. The fender flares, those 20-inch wheels with the 305, steamroller tires. Because remember, this is rear-wheel drive. 6.2 liter, over 700 horsepower. And then to wrap it out back, I'm going to have Lori kind of swing around. You can see the very large trunk lid spoiler, going to give you some downforce. I really like the way Dodge does their taillight design, especially with the LED setup. Really, really slick, nice clean look. You got your SRT badge with the Hellcat logo over there. There's our Charger logo. And of course, a nice twin exhaust, which I think looks better than the Challenger's vacuum cleaner exhaust. But why don't we go ahead and pop the hood and check out the heart of this Charger wide body. All right, guys, we got the hood open. There's the heart of this beast. That is that supercharged 6.2 liter V8. So at the end of the day, we're talking about 707 horsepower. It is mated to one transmission and one transmission only. It's the 8-speed ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Dodge promises very fast shifts, and I can tell you from driving the Hellcat Red Eye, the shifts are pretty darn quick for not being a DCT style transmission. Now, I know you want numbers. So we're talking 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds, quarter mile in 12.2, and a top speed of 180 miles an hour. The car does weigh 4,500 pounds, so she's no lightweight, but when it comes to MPGs, very, very thirsty. 13 in the city, 23 on the highway. But remember, we are talking about 707 horsepower, fully covered under a warranty. What better time to be a muscle car fan than now and be able to go down to your Dodge dealership and pick up one of these Chargers. But why don't we go ahead, check out the interior and see if it's got the muscle for you. All right, guys, we're inside this modern day muscle car, this 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. What year was the first year of the Charger? That goes back to 1969 and still going strong. I like what they've done with the interior. Let's check out the door panels though. Lots of nice classy touches. I love the leather, that white contrast stitching, the switch gear is easy to get to. You have a nice pocket down there. Everything is a nice soft material, and I think that is surprising coming from a car from Dodge like this. That you would think they would cut corners because they're giving you a supercharged engine with 707 horsepower, but I do like the door panels a lot better than in the Challenger. Now, soft material on the dash, even the texture, it doesn't have that funky elephant skin look to it, and I like that. I also like the way everything is sort of tilted towards the driver. Large infotainment system screen that's over 8 inches, real easy to get into all your seat controls, everything that you need. Heated seats, ventilated seats, even a heated steering wheel. Nice dry weave, carbon fiber, the stitch work is beautiful, bright red start-stop button to fire up this monster, and then we have our radio controls. That SRT button here is gonna let you get into your track modes and all that good stuff. I wonder if it's not gonna happen now because obviously the car's not running, but that, I promise you, is what would happen. Dual climate control, you got 12 volt, nice little pocket down here, another little side pocket here, probably for earplugs from the screaming of your passengers as you're hitting 180 miles an hour. More carbon fiber. This is going to be shifting the 8-speed automatic transmission. I wish I had a manual. Could you imagine rowing through the gears of 707 horsepower? Sounds like fun to me. Nice sliding little lid here for the cup holders. Nicely padded. We open this up and you have tons of room in here, which is great. 12 volt little coin tray. You could put some Tootsie Rolls, maybe some Jolly Ranchers in there, and then the seats. They did a great job. SRT embossed right there, stamped from Fire. You got the nice contrast stitching. And the wonderful thing about these seats is that if you like sitting in a Lazy Boy, they feel really good, but they don't really hold you into place. So that is one zonk that if you're gonna do some aggressive corner driving in this car, you're gonna be sliding around a little bit. But why don't we check out the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna enjoy this Charger. Of course, we can't talk about the back seat yet. We gotta talk about the business end, your favorite part where you're gonna be sitting. Here's your electric seat controls to get it perfect to your body as you're going down that quarter mile, 1,320 feet. Overall, comfortable as can be, and you could drive this car all day long and be as cool as a cucumber. Steering wheel has a perfect thickness. I love the white contrast stitching. The silver trim kind of looks a little cheap, so I am gonna zonk that. Paddles are a little small, so for a large muscle car, I would like to see some muscle style paddles, not these ones that are smaller, but they have a nice feel to it. Dash, I love that dash. Really has a classic look that reminds you of the muscle car days, but with the technology that you want and that you deserve. Nicely lit. If you're wondering what's that beeping sound, we do have the lights on and whatnot while we're sitting here. Also, I apologize for the lighting. It's not really the greatest, but this is what we have to put up with when we're at auto shows. But why don't we check out that back seat and see how comfortable you're gonna be going down the drag strip. All right, guys, back seat time in this 2020 Charger Hellcat wide body. Like I said, it's a little dark because of the lighting, but we promise that this is just the beginning. We're gonna be doing full test reviews of this car, so this is just to give you a little bit of a taste. Love the leather around the backs of the seats. You got a nice large pocket here. You could put a banana or two, and it's felt lined, so you're not gonna scratch your banana. That's something that a guy never wants to do, is scratch his banana, I promise you that. I do like the little command center. Very, very nice, but they're small AC vents. You do have heated seats, but no ventilated seats. 2 USBs, so from a technology standpoint, they got you covered back here. And then these seats are a piece of heaven. I mean, they're very, very comfortable, very, very supportive, and lots of room. Let me just make sure. So my hair is a little spiked up. If you like your hair spiked up, it's gonna make contact with the inside of the ceiling here, but it still is not too bad. Me personally, I'll be driving up front, put the smaller people in the back. One thing I wanna point out is you do get nice Alcantara microfiber suede material for the headliner, which is a very nice touch. But why don't we check out the trunk and see how usable this muscle car is. All right, guys, probably one of the best parts of this car is that if you need to convince your wife or husband that, hey, you want to get a Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body, you could promise them for the rest of your life, you'll be getting the groceries every single day. And I promise you, another thing you could tell them is you'll get the groceries faster than almost any car out there, especially this one. But what's wonderful, look at all that trunk space. Now, the good news is, besides going to the grocery store, you could put a bunch of things back here for when you're going to the drag strip. Let's say you want to take some special wheels with drag slicks on them. You could have them in this trunk, no problem. A jack, maybe some jack stands, maybe even a pop-up. So that's the wonderful thing about the Charger, is the amount of space, especially compared to its sister car in this brand, the Dodge Challenger. So that is one nice thing that I definitely wanted to point out. But if it's muscle cars like these you want to see on Ready's Rise, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ready's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Ready's Rise merch. Got to give it up to my wonderful wife, Lori. She's liking this car. She wants to take it down the quarter mile. She's ready to rock and roll. Smoke them if you got them. That's her motto. So thank you, Lori, for all your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.